Kia ora, my name is Anne-Sophie and I am a New Zealander. I am 21 years old, but by the time of the summer I will be 22, and I am a vet student studying up at Massey University. Since starting my vet degree, I've been required to do a variety of placements at different farms such as dairy, sheep and beef, deer and so on, and it's been really interesting for me to see the different practices and different mindsets of farmers within a small area. I mean, I've been with quite progressive farmers, but I've also been with farms that are very intensive and not much consideration to the impacts that they're having on the environment. And through my study and talking with peers within my class, I've really started to realize how much of an impact vets will have on farmers, or do have on farmers, in the way that they treat their animals, but also the way that they run their farms. So these placements have sort of led to an idea of mine of trying to change the mindsets of farmers and using the influence that vets have over them to encourage dialogue and not necessarily blame placing, but trying to give them alternatives that are easier and more effective for them, for the environment, and ultimately for sustainable development. In Māori culture, there is a principle called kaitiakitanga, which translates to guardianship and preservation of the land. And I think this is a principle that really needs to start being more installed within the agricultural industry in New Zealand. Ultimately, the biggest thing we need to do is to stop farmers from thinking short-term and more long-term. And I think this is where I want to focus my efforts with this idea, is to try, and especially with the summer, is to try and find ways that farmers don't feel attacked, that this environmental thinking benefits them, benefits their farm, benefits productivity, but at the same time does involve a change of mindset. Through doing these placements on farms, I've become to understand the values that the majority of these farmers hold. And I think it's not necessarily enforcing new ideas on them, it's more coming with an approach that satisfies these values, but in a way that also benefits the environment. This idea is still very much at the grassroots stage. I've got a lot to work out, but I really hope that this summit will give me the structural framework and what I need to move forward. But most of all, what I'm looking forward to is the opportunity to meet people from all over the world that, although may have similar values, will bring different perspectives and constructive feedback for what I need to make this idea a success. Thank you for the time to consider my application.